Hello, and welcome to this installment of Ask Dr. Shane. I really thank you for joining me. As always, I give a disclaimer at these things to say this is not to be misconstrued or otherwise misperceived as psychotherapy in any form, in any part. It's strictly some things that I've learned over the years of working through clients that I thought I'd share with you. So a lot of women ask me in my group, Choosing Mr. Right on Facebook, or they ask me by phone, or they email me, I want to meet some more men. I need more men. So what I'm going to give you is 5 tips to get more eligible men into your life. 5 tips to get more eligible men into your life. So the first thing is to fly. First, love yourself. And I know you're going to beat me up, but I love me, and that's fine. By that I mean to attract Mr. Right and have the relationship you want with him, you have to first become Miss Right. You have to become Miss Right. Miss Right is saying, hey, you know what? I know what my value is, and I'm not going below that. If I don't think this man has what it takes, I'm just going to trust the universe to send me someone else. So to fly is also to come from a place of surplus versus scarcity. As I said in some other videos that I've done earlier, the law of attraction gives you what you are, not what you ask for. So the more true you become with yourself, the more honest you come with yourself, the more integrity you'll find exists in your relationships. The second part of flying is to really look back at your relationships and kind of discern what was your role in it. And some people say, well, I didn't play a role, I just chose a bad partner. And that may be accurate. What made you choose that partner, and how do you stop making those types of decisions again? So you have to kind of go back and look at your past relationships and say, hey, let me be honest with myself. What role did I play in it? So that's the first part. The second thing that you have to do is recognize that, as I said in an earlier video, you only get 3 traits. In the science of living happily after, I told you about Dr. Tashiro's findings, that if you say, hey, I want a man who makes, if we put 100 imaginary men into an auditorium just for you, and we said, hey, you got 3 things, and your first thing is I want one that makes over 6 figures. 80% of the men get up and leave because, wow, not that many make over 6 figures. If you say, I want one that's 6 foot tall, well, another 80% get up. So now you're left with maybe 4 men, and you say, wow, I want one that's just killer dresser. Great dresser, looks good, smooth operator. As you can see, the numbers just get smaller. Maybe you get a man, maybe you don't get a man at all. The next thing that I want you to look at is what makes you happy. I want you to pursue activities that make you happy. So let's say you really always wanted to shoot photography, or you love going to museums and you were really a history buff, or you love cycling, or you love to work out. Whatever your activity is, start doing the things that are fun to you. That way you will start to meet people more like you, more like-minded people. Even if it's taking a Spanish class or doing salsa dancing. Go to places where you naturally gravitate. That way you don't run into the problem of having someone with common interests, because you will meet someone with a common interest. And you will meet people if you go to places where you naturally gravitate to. The next thing that I want you to consider is going where men go. Going where men go. So I know we're in January, but March is around the corner. So in March, what happens is March Madness. So if you go out to a sports bar, I guarantee you that you will run into more men than you could throw a stick at. And don't go to the game talking about politics, talking about Atlanta Housewives, or talking about some things other than the game, because I'm like, look, I'm watching the game. Can we talk about this later? And you'll be kind of mad. I know I was watching the game once, and this woman kept talking to me about natural hair. And I was like, I love your hair's natural, but right now I'm watching the game. Finally, don't go in tribes. Don't go in tribes. As a man, if I see 5, 6, 7 women and you could be phenomenally attractive, I'm probably not going to approach you. It's just overwhelming for me, because there are too many yeses I feel I have to get. And we're human, we have our own thing as well. So those are some small tips about how do you start to meet more eligible bachelors. I encourage you to try at least 1, 2, maybe 3 of them, if not all 5. So thanks for checking in with me and tuning in to Ask Dr. Shane. If you want to learn more about this, go to World Wide Web, Ask Dr. Shane. And I wish you all the luck in getting more eligible bachelors in your life. Make it a great day.